watching.
Hi everyone, this is J.M.Wong again. Welcome to another video. So you guys might know that I have an upcoming novel called Under Her Cursed Scythe. Yes, so this video is something that I have been waiting for so long to film, but I couldn't because I have to wait for, all the parcels to arrive. And yes, I would say except for one parcel that will be on delay, the other parcels have arrived, and I feel like it's the right time to do this. So as written from the title, today I am going to compare the different versions of my novel Under Her Cursed Scythe and to tell you what are the differences between the printing, the coloring, and perhaps the paper texture, for example. And probably you might, get something out of it, because I know a lot of you out there might be self-publishing authors as well. And if you are in Asia areas like me, there's also one more options which are much cheaper for printing, which is the Taobao version. And this might be something new, for authors who want to publish with very, very low costs. So as shown from the opening of this video, I have 4 versions, including there are 2 Taobao versions, which are like mini, very small versions. And then there's this one version from Createspace. So for those who might not know, Createspace is now moving to Kindle Direct Publishing. But before that, I already ordered my copy. So this is from Createspace. I'm still waiting for my copy from Kindle Direct Publishing. But yeah, this is from Amazon. Say the representation of Amazon for now. And then there's also one from Ingramspark. So today I'm going to compare the 4 of them. Now, starting with the first Taobao version, I would say I really love the size, because if you compare to the other versions, it's like this small. And I always love books with this small sizes, because if you go to Japan, they often have sizes like this. This is A6 size. Yes, should be A6 size. And then I really love it because it's like a pocket version of my book, and it's like the words inside are like this. It's not for me, it's acceptable, but I would say a lot of my friends said it's a bit too small, but I really like it because it's like you can put it in your pocket. It's so small, see? But unfortunately, when you go to Taobao, no matter how cheap it is, it's very important to compare the price from different factories. So basically, these 2 are from different factories. When you order one of them, it costs you 150 Hong Kong dollars. But if you order more of them, for example, if you order like 500 copies, the cost would be around 24 Hong Kong dollars. So the cost kind of decrease while you order more of them. So it's quite worth it. But before you want to order from me, you always order one expensive copy to get a look of the quality. And as you can see, well, look at the printing here, if you can see clearly. Yeah. When I first got it, I was really happy because it's the first physical copy of my book. But after a while, when the other versions came, I just realized how bad the glue was, how they combined the book. It was really bad. It looks so ugly. And as you can see, I think about a week, the cover is already, crippling. It's not really that good because, the quality is not sustainable. Like, it's already looked like this. After, I think, 2 days or 3 days, it already looked like that. It's not suitable for bending or what. It's just for rough reading, Now, the second is also from another factory from Taobao. If you compare to it, even though it claims to be in a A6 size as well, but you can see there's a size difference. There's definitely a size difference to this. This is slightly larger, but once again, this is a pocket size. But this is definitely better. If you can see, the edges doesn't crumple or cripple like this one. It stays neat after 1 month, so it's so cool, I would say. By the way, for the Taobao version, they only have white paper. If you have the Amazon versions, you might have cream paper as well. But yeah, for the Taobao versions, mostly they use white paper because they normally print Chinese books instead of English books. So they might not have the same tradition or the papers that you need for printing English books. That's all. If you look at the glue here, it's definitely much better, but it's not as good as the ones I'm going to show you after this. But yeah, if you compare to this is definitely rough, much rougher. It's not, if you see, this is not actually matching. It's slightly, I don't know, can you see that? I mean, if you look at this, you definitely, the book is coming out. It's not right it's not flat here. It's not flat. And the size here is a bit weird. They kind of, make it larger. So it makes makes my Reaper shorter in some way. So this is a bit weird. It doesn't keep the original design I have, but this one keeps the original height of the Reaper at least, and the little girl's face. So you can see the difference here. So these are the two Taobao versions I have, and I would say if in comparison for the Taobao version, I would prefer this. And in fact, this novel is like an experiment for me, and I want to experiment on stuff. So one of the things I was experiencing is I would perhaps have 200 copies with this size to see whether people will accept it, because in Japan they do have pocket-sized books. It's just that it's in Japanese, but people enjoyed it because you can carry it around more conveniently in comparison to these big boys, you know. Now, it's finally to my Amazon version. So I'm not sure whether you can see the tape here. The reason for that is because there's this one rainy day and I want to bring this to show my friend, but it ended up these corners got, you know, there's water near my corners and it's crumbled, and you can see it's, I don't know whether you can see it, it's a bit destroyed at the edge. So I was a bit sad because I want to make it look new, therefore I just put on tape to the corners because it's like very fragile. But when I got this version, I was so happy. But there's just one problem about Createspace. I think they won't have this problem anymore since they are moving to Kindle Direct Publishing. When I ordered this, because this is international shipping, it's already expensive, and I chose the most expensive option for the shipping. But they end up, for the first copy, they lost the package and it never sent to me. They said they would send it to me like within a week, but it ended up like when I received this, which is the second copy they replaced, it is a replacement order, I received it like 2 weeks after, which I kind of felt angry about it because, you know, kind of missed my own schedule. I had a schedule to follow before the release, and this kind of messed it up. But luckily it still came to me. So yeah, when I got it, I was almost to tears. I didn't film it because my mom received the package, so she already opened it. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it's like a legit English books in comparison to this that I've already seen. As you can see, these are the, I'm not sure whether you can, these are cream paper, right? Cream paper here, a bit yellowish instead of like straight white, and the texture, actually it's so good. Can you hear it? So good. In comparison, if you hear this, I don't know whether you can hear it, but this is like relatively smoother, and which makes it like less of English book kind, you know, typical English book kind of texture. But this is definitely English book texture. The printing was alright, I would say. The words are quite clear. I used a font called Gerald. I would write it in the screen before. And I would say the cover definitely looks good. The only problem is that if you look at, like, because I am under the light now, but if you're in the dark, you might not see the Reaper or the little girl clearly, which sucks because the main point are these two here. The printing is a bit dim. Yes, a bit dim. Some of them are not clear. The pixels are, if you can see, there are little tiny squares that are obviously seen, if you can see. Yes, I'm not sure whether you can see it clearly, but there are little squares here and here that makes it like the resolution is not that, the pixels are not that clear. I would say, yeah, part of it is my problem, but after you see the Ingramspark version, I wouldn't say it's entirely my fault because Ingram did a very good job. But anyways, on it. But if you see this, you have actually have the official barcode at the back. While for this, you won't have it because I printed it by myself. I would distribute it myself. But if with this, you'll definitely find it in the bookstores for this version. While this version probably have the order from me, and I will send it to you. That's the option. But I would say this would definitely be cheaper because the cost is cheaper. If you order from Createspace, the cost is definitely so much higher. Now the last but not least would be the Ingramspark, which is the version that I love the most at the moment. If you compare the two versions, you can see the coloring is definitely nicer. You can see here it's like brighter. The Reaper and the little girl is more obvious, and you will look at that. The details of the tiny little stars. Can you see it? Right, you can't even see the bright star. I'm not sure whether it's the version or the cutting, the problem, but you can see this bright star shining, while this is not obvious. The blue doesn't have the different layers of the color, and it's much clearer. You look at the back, it's so much different, and I don't know why, but this is like thinner than this. I'm not sure whether it is the paper texture or whatever, but yeah, if you compare the two, this is definitely have like thinner it's like less pages when it appears to be. So I don't think there's much difference at the back, but mostly at the front it's more obvious. And if you can see the Amazon version, the Createspace version, the interesting is it's printed in made in USA, but for this it's printed in UK. And what I like about Ingramspark is when they list your publisher, it lists your name, because I use my name as the publishing company, while this one is definitely Createspace for the publisher. So I would say these two versions will be both available online when I actually, like, now you can pre-order this version now, and if you want to pre-order it now, you can create, this prettier version here. You can pre-order it from Book Depository. And yeah, I think that's it for now. I am still, as I've told you before, I'm waiting for my Kindle Direct publishing version, and if I have any news, I would definitely update you guys about it, and about the covers and how the distributions, how I made the updates on how I make these covers, and how to know what to choose, like Ingramspark or Amazon. All these stuff, I will probably make videos on that, but I love filming videos and I love sharing things with you guys, so definitely stay tuned and subscribe, and click that bell button so you can know when I upload videos. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Let's end this video by saying remember to stop existing, start living, and be alive, and check out my book trailer to buy the books. Bye!
I'm neither entirely guilty
nor entirely innocent.
I hold a cursed ring that can reap souls,
And with it I have killed hundreds due to that one desire I hold.
but I do worry every day that I will become
that monster I fear one day.
Who stopped and helped me to conquer my fears?
Was it those damn fools who call themselves blessers?
Or you, my dear, dear future readers? Pre-order now, so you can read my story and find out the truth.